Hi, this is Mari, and I am going to explain trick number 17 from Julius's book, Rapid Math Tricks and Tips. This trick, multiplying by 9, multiply by 10, and subtract the number, is something I've been doing in my head forever. I didn't know it was a trick, it just made sense. And when they make sense, those are the ones you remember. So let's take a look. We have here 9 times 15. Okay, the easiest way to do this is to make believe this is a 10 and multiply 10 times 15. 10 times 15, we just need to add a 0 at the end of 15. So we would get 150. Okay, the next part of the trick is to take that 150 and subtract the number that we are multiplying 9 by. Now, it is pretty difficult to do 150 minus 15 in our minds, unless we break it down. Remember that 15 is really 10 plus 5. Okay? So instead of taking away 15 all at once, we could do 150 minus 10 and in our minds, and that would give us 140. That's pretty easy to do. Then subtract the other 5. And that would give you 135. Okay, then we check for reasonableness, and we know that 9 times 15 should be just under 150. So that is correct. Okay, now let's try one that's a little bit more difficult. This one just has big numbers and has zeros at the end. So we can just ignore these zeros at the end to start with, but we're going to have to check our reasonableness later. So let's ignore the zeros at the end, and let's do 36 times 9. Okay, so to do our trick, we're going to do 36 times 10 first. Remember, just add a 0 at the end of 36. That's 360. Okay, then we take our 360 and subtract the number we take 360 and we subtract the number we started with. We started with 36 because that's what we were working with. Okay, so again, 36 can be seen as 30 plus 6 because it's hard to do minus 36 in our minds. But we could do 360 minus 30 in our minds because that's easy. Just take 3 out of the tens place and you get 330. Then you can do 330 minus the other 6. And that's pretty easy because 10 minus 6 is 4. So 30 minus 6 is 24. 324. Okay, now let's check for reasonableness. Okay, 360 times a huge number like 90 is going to be way more than 324. So we know we're going to have to add some zeros. Now let's see how many. Okay, so 360 times 90 would be about 360 times 100 would add 2 zeros at the end. So let's add 2 zeros at the end and let's see if it makes sense. Okay, 360 times 100 would be 36,000. So 360 times 90 should be under that, 32,400. It makes sense. Test the reasonableness, check.